top 3 habits of a happy mom. Let's go.
Welcome to the Loveable as Fuck show with Sherry Yazzie. I am a plus-size Indigenous woman in a world that tells me not to love myself. I fucking do. Here's how I do it.
For more on how to defuck yourself, love yourself, and my emotional resiliency magnifying, life-transforming mindset hacks and self-care tools that you need to know now in order to transform your life and be happy as fuck, go to beloveableaf.com. That's beloveableaf.com.
Today we are talking about the top 3 habits of a happy mom. I am wildly passionate about moms being happy, if you can't already tell. It's a journey that I took. It's something that has benefited my husband, my son, but most importantly, me. Inside here, inside my heart, inside my head, I feel different, and I am passionate about helping other women find that happiness as well. So top 3 habits, because this is the thing around happiness, right? This isn't happiness as it's one and done. You're never going to feel upset again. You're never going to have an issue again. No, but this is day-to-day life, moving through your life. Do you have energy? Do you feel good? Are you happy? Are you enjoying the fuck out of it? Or are you struggling? Are you hating things? Are you really having a hard time just getting out of bed? Is everything a fight and a struggle? Like, that's what I'm talking about here, the difference between those two. So if you're interested in being a happy mom, keep listening. And this is also not just for moms. This is for anyone who wants to feel that happiness, because happiness truly does come from habits. It's not something that's willy-nilly out there, everything lines up and then you're happy. Don't get me wrong, that can feel happy, but that's not true happiness. That's not the power of actually taking back your power, and so much so that you create your own happiness at any given time. Does that mean that I choose to be happy 100% of the time, all the time? No, I'm human. Shit happens. Sometimes you get pissed off. Sometimes you get stuck in traffic. Like, stuff happens. Sometimes you're stuck inside your 4 walls all the time. Stuff happens. But it is about having that skill set so that when something does happen, you don't have to get stuck in that misery, in the suffering. No, we're talking about creating a life that you love and actually enjoying it. Because I know a lot of women, a lot of badass women, man, they take the time, effort, and energy to create something that they love. But I see lots of them not enjoying it. I used to be one of them, hands up, right? If that's you. So let's get into it. Tip number 1, ask for what you want. I know that sounds simple, but how many of us truly do that? Truly do it on a regular basis? Ask the people who love us for what we want. Our kids, our partner, our parents, our coworkers, our friends. How often do we actually request what it is we want? How often do we overstep step over our needs so that we don't have to be a burden or a bother? Because fuck all that. How good does it feel to be able to contribute to somebody? Great, right? So we are totally cheating people by not allowing them to contribute to us. So first thing is, ask for what you want, like truly. And if you're like, okay, Sherry, cool, but what the fuck do I want? Stop, take some breaths, get clear in the moment. What would feel good to you right now? What sounds good? What would help you out? What would take it so that instead of, you felt, ask yourself, stop and ask. You're the one who knows. What do you need? Is there a break you need? Or there's some support you need? Is there just maybe you have some time but you're shooting on yourself? Just let that go, climb into bed and have a nap. What does it look like? What do you want? That's the first habit. The more that you can be clear on, and here's the cool thing. Habits, sorry guys, I'm sitting up straight here. Okay. Habits, when you're building them, start perpetually getting better and better and easier. So habits are the key. You'll know easier what you want, how you want it to go. You'll be able to request easier, but it takes actually starting. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2, and I have my notes here just in case. Make yourself a priority. So if you're like me, oh my God, I wanted to be my dad's priority. I wanted to be my husband's priority. I just wanted to be a priority so badly. And it always felt like I was at the very end of everybody's fucking list. And I'm like, what in the hell is the deal? Well, I was at the very end of my own fucking list. It wasn't until I was like, whoa, I'm not making myself a priority. How energetically, if I'm never making myself a priority, how do I expect the universe to like give me other people who show up and want to make me a priority? What? No, that's not the way it works. You know, like attracts like, okay? So unless you are a priority, it's very hard for someone else to make you a priority. Even if they originally did, we tend to kind of teach them to not, right? With the kind of whole, it'll be fine, don't worry about me. You know, if you're guilty of this, you know what I'm talking about, right? We're always there to help other people, but when it comes to us, it's a little bit like, I don't know, right? But what really is cool is when you actually make it a habit. So habitually, you are making yourself a priority day to day. That's, again, tuning back into what do you want, what do you need, and actually getting that going for yourself. The same way that you would for your kids. When your kids come to you with something and they need something, do you just like shit on it and are like, nope, that's just too bad? But we do it to ourselves all the time. Just buck up, you got this. No, we don't have to do that. With our kids, somehow we make it work. We figure out a way when it's a need, right? When they're like, I need this. We figure that out. We can do the same thing for ourselves. When we start advocating for ourselves, when we start standing up for ourselves, and we start making ourselves a priority, something magical happens. Other people show up and start making us a priority. Other people start valuing what we say, what we want, how we would like it to go. It's like, but it's the habit, true habit. And what I mean by habit is something that you do on a regular basis that you don't even think about anymore. I don't even think about it anymore. This is not something I have to contribute energy to. Now, when the beginning of a habit, you have to contribute energy to it. Absolutely you do. The thing about habits, right, they take the 21 days truly of doing it every single day. And then on that 21st day, you have kind of a decision where this is where your brain is reprogramming. Which one is the habit we're going to go with? Which one is the belief we're going to go with is another way to say it. And in that time period, it's very important that you choose the new way or you've got another 21-day cycle. So if you're like, okay, Sherry, I'm listening to all this. This is dope and I'm down for all this. That's what my course does. So Unapologetic as Fuck literally takes you through creating, you being a priority, figuring out what you want, being able to communicate what you want effectively in your relationship. Like, that's a big deal. Some of the women who've taken my course, it's made a massive impact in their relationships. Because I'm not a big believer in, we need to go find a different relationship, we need to lose the weight, we need to make the money before blah, 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 before we can be happy, before we can feel good, before we can be the badasses we're meant to be. No, I really, truly come at it from, we can have the same marriage and have it be spectacular, no matter where it's at. And I'm saying this from full experience of having a marriage that was really on the rocks, all the way to it's lovely and supportive and beautiful. We're still humans, so it's never going to be perfect, and I'm okay with that. But it is so much better. And, I'm the same size as I was. But I love my body. So there's things that are possible. But again, it's that habit. So if you want help building these habits, rewiring those beliefs, unfucking those beliefs, at the same time you get so much support, so much yummy goodness. So you're building this habit that becomes a lifestyle. Because it's not about having these habits that you have to continue to try and do. This is something, we're actually creating it so that it becomes an effortless thing for you. Because, right, we've got shit to do. So it's not like we want to be putting in these big, complicated morning routines to be sane and be regular. No, we want to be able to be like, boom, just wake up out of bed with our powerful, badass selves, right? So that's what my course does. If you guys want to get in, check it out. You can go to the link down in the description. I would love to see you in there because it literally will take you through unfucking your beliefs, and it does it with the days timed out perfectly to build those new habits while supporting you and taking time just for you on 30 days in a row. That right there is a shift. Okay, so let's get to number 3. This one's a big one. It is be unapologetic as fuck. Like, seriously, stop apologizing for who you are, what you want, making yourself a priority. Stop apologizing all the time. Like, take up space. Be the badass you know you're meant to be, because the only person who can do all that is you. No one else can do that for you. No one else is going to do that for you. This is a you thing, a you and you. That's it. No one else. And you've got this, right? Showing up and becoming that unapologetic badass, bad bitch that you know you are, so that you're holding it down for yourself, you're holding it down for your kids, you're holding it down in your relationship, and you're enjoying the fuck out of it. You're having a great time. You know this is possible, and if that's for you, like, same thing, that's what the course is for. Because if you're like me, I used to apologize for everything all the time, and it kind of creates this perpetual motion of never feeling like I'm okay, never feeling good enough, never feeling like literally that one thing. So one little quick tip here, because I want you to walk away with this, not just like, okay, cool, we get it, your course is great and we should do it, but like, what can you do moving forward from here? And years ago, I saw something that said, anytime you would normally apologize, say thank you instead. So instead of, I'm sorry I'm late, thank you for waiting for me. You bump into somebody, instead of, oh, I'm so sorry, just be like, oh, thanks for not getting, upset. I'm sorry I bumped, I apologize. It's not perfect, but literally when I started to say thank you instead of I'm sorry, when I intentionally, like in emails, or messages, I started to say I'm sorry, I figured out a different way to phrase it. Because here's the thing, I absolutely apologize when I've done something I'm not okay with. When something that doesn't feel good to me, I apologize, because that's who I am. Like, I want to take a responsibility for shit that isn't okay with me. Absolutely. This isn't about that. This isn't about being a dick. But this is about no longer apologizing for your very existence, for who you are. Sometimes we were kind of taught, like, we were too loud, too much, and then we get all apologetic about it. It's like we have these big old laughs, and then, ooh, sorry, that was loud. No, what if it's awesome? Because it also then, in turn, helps other women to unleash, and become who they're meant to be. Because if you are living bold, bright, unapologetically yourself, then it gives other women permission to do the same thing. So if you're with me, get into that course. And as always, you are lovable as fuck, just the way you are, and I will see you another day.
To send me your questions or stories, email me at lovableafshow@gmail.com. If you loved the show, please comment, like, and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And if you're listening on the podcast, please leave a review and subscribe to help me get this show in front of more women who need to know that they are lovable as fuck, just as they are. Check out the show notes or go to belovableaf.com. That's BELOVEABLEAF.com for more of how to unfuck yourself, love yourself, and be happy no matter your size. I said it before and I will say it again. You are lovable as fuck, just as you are.